All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son Hamashiach, who some call Yahweh Shai Yeshua, Yehoshua. We mostly know as Jesus Christ. Um, does God change? And I know y'all finna try to beat me up in these comments, but just hear me out. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. And this is one of the foundational verses um, for Israel. And it can bring on some pre-notions and make one look at the text a certain way. Well, oh no, that can't be possible because God doesn't change. You'll find yourself saying certain things like that. Well, no, that can't be possible because God doesn't change. And it comes into certain issues, certain things happen where, or we say, well, during the dispensation of Adam and Eve in the garden, they were told to eat the herbs. They were vegetarians. In the beginning, they were vegetarians. And then we seen another dietary law be given to Noah, where he could eat all things that creepeth upon the ground or whatever. He can eat, basically everything. I know brothers gonna argue with, no man, he knew the unclean and clean, yeah, for sacrificial things, but we just gotta deal. What does the text tell Noah he can eat? What does it say he can eat? All right. Now you can bring in the speculations about, well, they knew unclean, so he knew. What does the text say he could eat? All right. And then we see another shift, and we see your pre-notion jumps in. No. He know the clean and unclean, so he don't change. He don't change. But we forgot that Adam and Eve were vegetarians. He forgot that. And then, we get the Levitical law, and we get a dietary code there. But we'll try to say that, yeah, well, everybody had that code before, and but you have to understand that, even then he's choosing out of certain people to make them set apart, to make them holier than the other people. So he's carving, Israel is carved out of those other people, and they're doing things that they're not, that the other nations are not doing, to make them set apart, to make them more holier. They're only eating clean foods. Okay. But God don't change, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna watch this video here, and that's why I brought it up, because I've been talking with brothers about this, probably for years now, on how we understand God doesn't, that Malachi 3:6. We also look at Numbers chapter 23. It's another verse there that kind of implies it a little bit. And then I'll just kind of give you my understanding on what I feel this means, so that the text harmonizes more. All right, because if you do say these things, these are the issues you're gonna run into. So I'm gonna show you the issue that you're gonna run into. I already did it with the dietary code, but I'll show you this also, what this brother's finna tell you.
He does change his mind.
When it comes to his people, he doesn't change his mind.
He does change his mind when it comes to his people. Was he not going to destroy Israel? Was he not going to destroy Israel in the wilderness and Moses stopped him?
Yeah, because
okay, so Moses, he changed his mind about his people.
Moses was, you don't think he knew that Moses was going to do that?
And see, then you don't think he knew? Well, he had know all things. But you don't want to get into that, because now you floating around in speculation, and you could say that with anything. Well, he already knew, and so, why is he, that's not how the text is written for us. All right? They didn't write it down. Well, he already knew that, and so he just had to do that because he already knew. That ain't how they wrote the text out for us. Wrote the text out saying he repented of wanting to kill and start over with Moses. And a lot of you think that that's just impossible. There's no way that he would have did that. And that's why you're so secure in your flesh. And then even later in the text say, man, I can make those stones Abraham's seed. But you still get so secure and you feel like, no, he'll never do. He'll never do. He wasn't going to do that. Not really. And even when he repented of it, he still let all them jokers die in the wilderness and bring up a new generation of them. I can't let them go in there. I can't do it.
Beforehand,
Man, see, y'all, see, this is what I'm talking about. Now you shucking and jiving.
I'm not shucking and jiving.
You just got done saying he don't change his mind about his people. I showed you where he changed his mind about his people, and now you got something else to say.
No, I'm not saying anything different. What I'm saying to you, do you think you not know that he already knew that Moses was going to do that? Just as
Listen,
Christ
man,
is our mediator.
Listen, if Moses did not step in, he was going to wipe them out and start over.
And that's just what not that we gonna argue that whether he knew or not. We have to say that he knew, but we have to go with what the text is saying. He was finna kill him. Moses stopped him from killing him. Hey, he told the Lord, hey, what are these other nations? That's another point. What are these other nations gonna think that you just brought your people out here and killed them? And then you had to understand that you were saved because he's trying to preserve his name. Can't read about you joking, man. I'm trying to preserve my name. I can't be the one or be a deity that brings his beloved people out into this wilderness and then just kills all of them. Who gonna want to serve him? What kind of name would that God have? And then if he's on, the only cares about Israel and he's only the God for Israel, why even care? Why would he even care about what the other nations think? Why would he even care about the preservance of his name, a good report of his name, the fear of his name? Why would he care about that from these other nations? But that's because he wants that glorification from all. All nations will bow.
Moses spoke. Your
So you
enemies.
think Moses just did that on his own free will?
Moses told him that the enemies is gonna say you wasn't able to bring them through. You wasn't able to bring them through. So therefore, they are gonna have something to say against you. So now Moses says that, and the Most High says you're right, and changes his mind about what he was going to do.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just a narrative. That's the narrative we're given. All right. That's the narrative that we're given. This is what the writers are writing down. How many people were there to witness this? When you get into those kind of conversations, who was there to witness it? Man, it might bug some of y'all out. So first, let's just deal what we have on the paper before we get into all of the speculation and Deal what's on the paper first. Accept what's on the paper first.
So he does change his mind.
Do you not think that God already knew Moses was going to do that?
Brother, whether he knew or not, it doesn't matter. He changed his mind. Because remember, as he has started, so shall it come to pass. As he has spoken it, so shall it stand until he changes his mind.
Okay, because we're not going anywhere with this part right here.
Okay, I'll show you. I'll give you a better example. When he was going to destroy Nineveh, did he change his mind?
No, he didn't change his mind.
He did. He did. Yet in 40.
Yeah. That was it on that. And brother didn't know the story of Jonah. Brother may have not known the story of Jonah all the way, but of course he changed his mind. He repented of destroying Nineveh. He sent the prophet Jonah out there to prophesy the destruction of Nineveh. And everybody in Nineveh, including the king, went on a fast, put on sackcloth, threw ashes on their head. The Most High seen that and repented and didn't destroy him. And Jonah got in his feelings. And that's how a lot of y'all gonna be. A lot of y'all had that spirit of Jonah on you. I actually have another video of this sister, man, that had that spirit on her. But I'll do it in another video. I'll do it in another video. I pray y'all will not put it up tomorrow. I might just throw it up after this, maybe. If I can get this done in a timely fashion. But we not doing much here. We finna go to hold on. We gonna go to Numbers 23 is a place that kind of gives a little taste of that. Numbers 23:18 it says, and he took up this parable. This is with Balaam and them trying to curse Israel. The Moabite king and Balaam and but let me he took up his parable and said, rise up, Balak, and hear, hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. All right, and that he should repent is that he should change his mind. Okay, he's not a man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Now, brother say, see, there it is right there. There it is right there. Brother, he said that, hey, should he repent? He ain't a man that he got to repent. But then we see in the text that, with Moses, he repented. He repented of not killing Israel. So then how do we make this harmonize? We just go back and look at the text, and what is it saying here? He's letting these know. They just pretty much just letting these folks know that, hey, man, I'm not a man, that I have to, that I got to lie to you. All right? You not on my level. That's what this is. You're not on my level. I ain't got to lie to you, bro. It's like me talking to somebody. Somebody be like, man, why would I have to lie to you? A lot of times they say that they lying. Y'all gonna be lying dead in your face. He lying to you, sis. He lying to you. Why would I lie? What I got to lie for? I wasn't doing nothing. But this is what y'all is doing here. Like, man, listen, man. I'm not a man. I'm not flesh, bro. I don't have to lie to you. I'm all powerful. I'm terrifying. Okay? I'm a mighty God. I do not have to repent. I do not have to lie. If I say I'm going to do something, it's going to get done. If I say, that, what have I said that, what have I promised? Let me keep going. Behold, I have received commandment to bless. No, that's not it. That was it on it. Or have spoken, and shall he not make it good? And again, this is just him just kind of like boasting on his power. Like, bro, why would I have to lie to you, man? Why would I have to lie to you? I don't take this as, just anal for the lack of terms, as a lot of brothers do. Where they would just take this word for word. He said he don't repent, neither the son of man that he should repent. Basically, like, there's nothing you can do that, if I want to repent, I repent, but you can't make me repent. You ain't powerful enough to make me take my words back. If I take it back, it's because I want to take it back. But, I am who I am. And that's going to go into that Malachi 3. We're going to talk about that too. It says, God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent, bro. I'm not one of you guys. I do what I say I'm going to do. I'm all powerful. I don't have to lie to you little pea squeaks down here, man. But y'all hit the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. Let's look at Malachi chapter 3. Or do we have a contradiction? Do we have hypocrisy in the text? Hold on, y'all. Malachi 3. I got this. What in the world? I got all this stuff pulling up. Malachi 3. What in the world? Okay. We'll start at verse 1. It says, Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord, whom ye seek, shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. But who may abide the day of his coming? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like fuller's soap. What is fuller's soap? Y'all put that in the comments. What is fuller's soap? Don't read over these things that you don't know what these things are, and you just keep reading. Find, you see certain things, like, man, what is fuller's soap? Look these things up. Somebody put it in the comment. What is fuller's soap? And he shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. This is talking about, who shall come before his coming? Who shall stand at his coming? This he ain't just coming. Brothers think that, hey, man, he just gonna come. Who? You got a new heart. You got a new heart. You got a new heart. You're gonna get purged. So refining that happens. You got to go through the fire. Through the winter, y'all could get purged through this fire. Who shall stand? Who may abide his day of his coming? Man, this is heavy. He shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. I gotta get them Levites right first. We got to get these Levites. We got to get these Levites together so that they can get up an offering in righteousness. Let me purge them. Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old, as in the former days. And I will come near you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers. I'll be swift. What he said, you have the right to a speedy trial. That's what I'm saying. Stop playing, man. Stop playing out here, man. Stop playing out here. You have the right to a speedy trial, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, against the adulterers, against the false swearers, against those that oppress the hireling in his way. You better pay these folks. He said he going to have a quick trial for those that are adulterers, those that oppose the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and turn aside the stranger from his right. What right do the stranger have? Y'all put that in the comments. My Israelite scholars. Where my Israelite scholars at? Put that in the comments. What rights do the strangers have that Israelites can turn away from the stranger that's going to mess around and get them a speedy trial? And fear not me, saith the Lord of hosts. He going to be a swift witness. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed, because I don't change. Now, what doesn't change? Does he mean he don't change his mind? What he's saying here, I don't change. I ain't going to, just like brother say, man, I ain't going to let that money change me. I'm still, it don't mean I ain't going to change my mind. It ain't mean if I go into a dealership that I ain't going to buy, that I ain't going to get a better car. It's just I am who I am. Like, my attributes don't change. God is still going to be merciful. God is still going to be just. Lord still going to be righteous. Still going to be gracious. Right? Still going to have those same attributes that he's made of. Still going to be merciful. That's why, David, he had a choice. He said, he gave him 3 choices of what kind of judgment he could find. He said, man, I'd rather fall into the hands of the Lord. I know he merciful. He said I think he was going to, like 3 days, he was going to put his hands on me for 3 days. Said that angel had a sword stretching across the sky. He said, man, just, hey, man, calm down. Calm, that's enough. He repented. That's enough, man. That's enough. We'll let him. We'll let him. We'll let him live, man. We did enough. Could have gave you another day and a half. That's enough. And I'm paraphrasing, y'all. But y'all get me right if I'm paraphrasing it wrong. But the attributes of the Lord doesn't change. All right, he's gonna be who he is. All right, and you should know him. If you know him, you would know he doesn't change. All right, you will see those attributes not changing throughout the text. But if you take this as him changing his mind and doing things a little different, and I'm doing, then you gonna see all kinds of. You got all kinds of issues with that, where we see that things are done different, i.e., the sacrifices. All right. Now you got this, saying end time prophecy talking about, reestablish this messenger coming and coming into the temple and purging the Levites so we can get these sacrifices back up. But now we in a dispensation now. The temple, he destroyed the temple. I don't want that trash y'all sending up. I don't want it. I sent the perfect sacrifice. And now we believe on that. That now that Christ is our lamb. But you say, hey man, you know what? God don't change. What you say? That's what the Old Testament, brother. God don't change. When a sacrifice was able to purge you, that human sacrifice was able to purge you. And even with that, you can give the example of Phineas putting that sword through one of his brothers, not his literal brother, but an Israelite brother who was sleeping with a heathen. He put a sword through both of them, and it lifted up a plague. That was an atonement, and it lifted up a plague off of Israel. So even with that, you can see, this really ain't nothing new. There was even other examples of just destroying that whole city. Don't leave nobody alive. Destroy all of them. Sacrifice all the animals to me. Yeah, well, not all the animals, but make certain, take these certain things. You're gonna sacrifice them unto me. But even with that, like I say, they'll run into issues. But we today, if we holding on to he don't change, well, you're not doing sacrifice. Why you not sacrificing? Why are you not giving libations, and we don't do these things because we're under a new priesthood. All right. And then you say, oh, well, that priesthood be here. Well, then why give us the Levitical priesthood? Even the Levitical priesthood would be the change. Why we just didn't stay under the Melchizedek priesthood? And then it goes on and on. But ultimately, y'all, what I'm saying here is that, again, we see that for I am the Lord, I change not, therefore. See, because he doesn't change, you're not consumed. All right. That he's made certain promises for you. He has certain attributes: mercy, love, compassion, certain things that he's made up of, certain things that we've witnessed through the text, that it has allowed Israel, it's long suffering. It's allowed Israel to just be as wicked as we can get, and him still coming in to purge us and to reform us and to redeem us and get us back to right standing, and that's because he doesn't change. That's because of his attributes, his character. All right, that's his character. I get money, my character's not going to change. All right, I'm still gonna be Brother Phineas. You can call me up, talk to me, da 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 da. But that doesn't mean that I won't block you. I don't believe that. Don't mean that you could just say anything to me and then I just be like, nah, man, I'm gonna block you. Man. Because after a while, I block people. I always block people. I blocked people when I was broke. I'm gonna block people. You know, so that's kind of what that's getting into for me, and that's how I make I make the text harmonize. They don't get into the situation that we just seen our brother get himself into. I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. Y'all hit the comments. Any questions? Any smoke? Any problems with what I said? And if it's a big enough deal, I respond. If it's not, then I probably just give you a like and a thumbs up. If it's kind of like, kind of just swinging at a net, swallowing a net, then it ain't a big deal. You kind of saying what I'm saying, but saying it a little differently, all praises. But if it is something that's a little different and you feel you got to come, I just ask questions. That's how I learn. I ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to challenge things. That's why we at where we at right now as a community, man. People just sitting down, just sucking up information and then spewing it out. Again, pray the same as I found. Y'all be blessed. Shalom.